welcome back to part 2 of Nigerian history from 1914 to 2014. Now, in the part 1 series, we looked at the origins of Nigeria, how Nigeria became a reality in 1st January 1914. Now, we'll be looking at the series, this part will be looking at series of events that happened between 1914 to 1922. Now, 1914 was the year that marked the beginning of the First World War, also known as the Great War. And by 1918, the war ended with British victory. Now, as Nigeria being a part of the British Empire, we were obliged to serve the King's Army, and eventually Britain won the war, and a lot of Nigerian veterans were brought back to Nigeria. So many of them now were not like, we served, so we should be part of the governance. Now, they wanted this. Now led to the creation of the first set of nationalists. Now, this was whereby individuals like Abba Macaulay, Akinwande Savage, J.K. Randall, and many other prominent individuals, mostly living in Lagos though, began to clamor for inclusivity. They wanted to be part of governance. Now, let me also mind you that the likes of Abba Macaulay, Akinwande Savage, J.K. Randall, and many others didn't want to create a form of independent Nigeria. No, they wanted to be part of the administration of Nigeria because they felt that they were elites, they were educated, and it's high time that they need to be in a place whereby decisions that will shape their life, that since they live in the area, they should being part of it. Now, Abba Macaulay was the forerunner of this form of nationalism. This is why they call Abba Macaulay the father of nationalism, because he was the one who began pushing for Nigerians to be part of the government. Now, Abba Macaulay wasn't fighting for a independent Nigeria because Abba Macaulay didn't believe in that, because he was born and he was brought up, and he didn't believe. He only believed, he saw himself as a British citizen living within the territorial space of Britain in Nigeria. So it's just like me living in Lagos and I want to be part of the politics in Lagos. So he saw himself living in a part of Britain. So why is it that he's not allowed to participate in politics in that part? You get, because Abba Macaulay was nicknamed by a lot of Yorubas called Abba Macaulay the white man on black skin, because he behaved like British. So enough of the story of Abba Macaulay. Now, the thing was that Abba Macaulay and many others wanted a form of inclusivity, and then by 1920s they began to push campaigns, and the governor there, which Clifford, was now forced to create what is known as the Clifford Constitution. Now, what was the Clifford Constitution now? The Clifford Constitution now created what is known as a legislative council, whereby 5 individuals, whereby there was 5 seats for Lagos, one or two seats for Calabar. Now, the 5 seats in Lagos was to be contested by political parties, which Abba Macaulay created the first political party in Nigeria, the NNDP, that is the Nigerian National Democratic Party. He created it, and this NNDP went on to be very successful and dominated the Lagos Council for more than 10 years or 12, between 1922 to 1946. That is over a 20-year span. It dominated the Lagos Legislative Council, and this was the first step to achieving a greater self-independency. Now, many of these nationalists that fought between 1980 to 1922 were fighting for inclusivity. They wanted to be part of the system. So now, next we'll be looking at Nigeria from 1922 to 1945, and we'll look at the series of events that shaped Nigeria within that period. So stay tuned for part 3, and thank you.